Californians are feeling more faithful and connected after a massive, record-shattering baptism that took place across the state of California in the Baptize California movement. 12,000 people took the biblical plunge in the largest baptism in U.S. history last weekend. Of course, this comes after a number of college campuses have held their own massive worship events in recent months. So why are more stories like these making headlines? Why aren't they making headlines? Well, here to discuss is strategic advisor to Faith in Media Coalition, Kim Douglas. Kim, it's so great to have you on this morning with some really positive news for once. We love that we're covering this. So 12,000 people were baptized, 6,000 in just one location, I believe in Huntington Beach. What's happening?
Yeah. Listen, it is so good to be on with you guys here at Fox and Friends, Rachel, and thank you for having me. And isn't it wonderful to start with some great news like this?
Amen.
It's just, you know, when we see all of the negative news that's on and young people blocking each other and screaming at each other, it just seems like the coverage of young people coming together to go underwater and then come back up and feel like, I want to go out and serve others. I want to go out and encourage others. I want to be the best person I can possibly be. Just doesn't seem to get the coverage that it deserves.
No, I just recently saw some polling numbers of belief, you know, young people's belief in America, which is plummeted. I think it was like only like 20-some% of them even believe in God. So again, back to this question, what is happening? Because they're clearly not getting it from the culture. The culture couldn't be more anti-Christian. Many of their parents don't practice the religion, don't go take them to church. But yet these young people are being drawn towards the faith and towards getting baptized and really fully committing themselves. What's happening? Is it that they're just maybe, you know, not getting disillusioned by social media, faux connections, like, you know, the kind they get on social media? What's happening?
Well, here's what's happening. Statistics and we at the Coalition for Faith in Media have been doing a lot of polling, and Gallup polls and studies show that over 80% of Gen Zers, Rachel, are saying that they feel loneliness, they feel isolated, they feel rudderless. And also, we did some polling and found out that globally, over 90% of the world has a faith in a higher power. I'm not saying in one specific religion, but just in a higher power. I'm feeling like this loneliness, this isolation, being shut down with COVID, all of that, people are looking for something that can give them community, that can give them something bigger than themselves. And that's why you're finding these large groups, 12,000 young people coming to a beach in California. Are you kidding?
Right.
I mean, they are hungry for something. They're looking for community. They're looking for faith. There's got to be something more than just here, just us. That's all. That's all we've got. And I think the media isn't really covering it. But believe me, I believe they will, because now all of these positive shows, The Chosen or The Baxters, or I Can Only Imagine, movies like that that are faith related, the numbers are polling. They're coming in. People want more of this. And so it's up to us to start bringing it to them, because this is the answer. Having a faith in a higher power is going to bring you a community. It's going to bring you a happier person. You're not going to feel so isolated or lonely.
Yeah, and I think, you know, young people are just sort of naturally kind of countercultural. I can't think of anything more countercultural in this environment than saying, I want to become a Christian. I want to dedicate my life to Jesus and his teachings. But I have to believe that the low point that they have reached mentally, psychologically, because of social media, and you know, the irony, you know, all this connectivity that leaves young people lonelier than ever, and with no rudder and with no guidance, because so many adults have failed them in terms of passing on the faith. I'm just so glad that you're covering this, Kim. I'm so glad that I belong to a news organization that sees this as newsworthy, because it certainly is. And we're just going to keep praying that the Holy Spirit does its work and more young people can turn to something meaningful, positive, eternal. In this world.
It makes our world a better place. And if you could take a pill that you would want to, that you know would give you happiness and make you feel fulfilled, wouldn't you take that pill? We've got it for free.
Yeah.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.